Alrighty, the Travis Wayne Goodsell, and as I'm listening to all the, oh, what's going on? What happened? Is Barr doing this? And what Barr? Nobody's talking about. Hey, wait a minute. Barr was talking about the whole investigation being a hoax to audition for the AG position in the first place. And then Trump was saying that we need to have this shut down, shut it down, shut it down. And so, you know, then now all of a sudden Mueller finishes as we're about ready to get to the point of all these people who over, I think it was over 50 or 80 people who have appeared before Congress to give testimony, not just is it Flynn and Stone or Cohen and Stone, who lied before Congress and thus got busted for lying to Congress. Maybe Manafort, but anyway, whoever the two were, I think it might have been Cohen, but regardless, yeah, Congress submitted the testimonies of all these other people who are now known to have lied, but nothing's done to them, especially Donald Jr., who testified and has lied. And Ivanka was also being talked about. And, you know, to all of a sudden have Mueller turn in a report, not give conclusions, and to just pass the buck off to Barr, who then says, nothing to see here, move on, I'm not going to give it to Congress. Barr shut him down. Barr said, you're done. Finish your report, turn it in. You're done. He did it. He did what Trump wanted. We're talking the highest levels of conspiracy against the United States. Wow. But anyway, what was I doing for this video? Oh yes, the church. Because nobody cares about my politics. And so, as you see, both the right-wing media and the left-wing media, they all share their opinions. Trump is the greatest. No, Trump is the worst. Something's wrong. And everybody just goes back and forth as if it's opinion that'll decide the answer. That opinion will determine what is true. And even I hear it from Democrats. Oh, we need the American people to learn so that they can decide for themselves. Okay, so you're not going to do your job, huh? All right, whatever. But you'll notice the Democrats are pushing for a change in government also. You know, Trump changed the government into authoritarianism, but the Democrats are trying to change our current Constitution to a democracy. We're not supposed to be a democracy. No. That is bad, evil. Equally as evil as an authoritarian government. But if you can have a good authoritarian, then no problems, but that's unlikely. Because once people get power, they abuse it. And so, yeah, in the church, Mormons are the same way. They are Republicans in the sense that the church is innocent, church has done nothing wrong, all these critics are wrong. It's the critics who are apostate, critics are anti-church, critics are anti-Mormon, and their critics are evil, and they're trying to make it an opinion. You can't tell me what to believe. You can't, you know, you need to respect us. We need to agree to disagree. And no, Mormons, that's not how it works. So, for example, it's been exposed, Trump's driver's license all over the internet now. It's been that way for some time, but it shows that Trump has been lying somewhere because there are different reports of his height. And so, is a person's height a matter of opinion? I played basketball. Was technically in high school 6'4" and 3/4 inches. That's my official height. But my basketball game announcement height was 6'5". And so it's not a matter of opinion. My actual height is according to a standard of measurement. That is the way we establish what is true from what is false. And so as I'm doing this competition for you Mormons, if you can defend the church soundly, I will stop making videos that criticize the church. It's that simple. And I just gave you the clue as to how to do it soundly. You need a standard of measurement rather than your opinion, feelings, beliefs, etc. You have to establish truth, which means you can't just ignore it, hope it goes away. That's what my mom tried to do, and tried to teach me that too. Just be silent and they'll go away. Just leave them alone and they'll go away. No. When they see weakness, they salivate. That's what I learned. When somebody's abusing you, you stand up to them. So like a bear. When a big Russian bear comes by, you pop them in the nose. And you growl back. It's amazing how Mormons will not do it. They will not do the research necessary to learn the truth. You won't, will you? You've already dismissed my video. You put your thumbs down so that I'll add it to tomorrow's tally. You will not do it. You refuse to learn truth. You'd rather be blind than know the truth. And you should know better, because you know the Doctrine and Covenant scripture that says you cannot be saved in ignorance. You are forced to know the truth. And if you choose not to know the truth, you have to accept the consequences. Consequences. Where do we learn about consequences? Do what is right, let the consequences follow. Because if you don't do anything, you'll still get the consequences. There's a movie line about that, where it's something about where if you refuse to make a decision, you've already made your decision. Something like that. So why waste your agency by not making a decision? Why not choose your life rather than letting life choose you? But Mormons don't care. You shut me out, you shut the truth out, you refuse to do the study. And it's a shame, because I want to do a video about how the real LDS church history is awesome. It is. It's awesome. Remember, I did the Joseph Smith as an American Patriot? Not as many people came to that. People need shocking titles rather than faith-promoting titles. But yeah, YouTube is also blocking me, but shadow banning me. And so, yeah, it's unbelievable how you refuse to do what's necessary to learn the truth. See, I went and learned the truth. I was doing it through scriptures. I was trying to find out if the scriptures were true. Article of Faith number 8, for example. Church says scriptures are translated incorrectly. I went and learned the languages of the Bible. Greek, Biblical Hebrew, and then realized, hey, there's some problems with what's already available for us. What's being established as truth, there are some problems. So I went and continued to research. I went further to find out why and what is the actual truth. You don't just settle for whatever anybody tells you is true. You verify it. do the research. And now I am the foremost, the only person who does any publication on Paleo-Hebrew. Nobody else does. People do Proto-Sinaitic, but that's not the origin. That's incorrect. Paleo-Hebrew is the origin of the alphabet. It's also called Phoenician, and it corresponds with Paleo-Greek. Letters, same. Greek just added more stuff. And so they come from the same language, and they're not Semitic. That's the thing. Phoenician is not Semitic. But everybody is saying Hebrew is Semitic. Well, Hebrew is not Paleo-Hebrew. It is not derived from it if you're saying it's Mesopotamian, because Phoenician's not Mesopotamian. So, but nobody pursues the truth. They just trusted William Foxwell Albright, because he's the guy, but he's now dead. So I'm coming out and telling him, everybody, he's wrong. And so, but Amazon is the only place where people are interested in my Paleo-Hebrew stuff. And so I'm also the guy who figured out that the pictures on Egyptian papyri, not just the text, but the pictures also, need to be translated. Egyptologists just pass that by. Gardner's Egyptian alphabet and grammar leaves those out of his sign list, and as a result, there's lots of information that is still out there to be understood and learned of, and nobody does anything with it. And once I figured all that out, Paleo-Hebrew led to Egyptian pictures, and those led to the Bible being the same as the Egyptian documents. So that's why Egypt is the source of all our knowledge, all our history, all our religion, all our understanding of things. Because everybody branched off as they went their ways and de-evolved from Egyptian. Yes, de-evolved. So, all right. I just wanted to share that with you, Mormons, to remind you, all you have to do is soundly defend the church. That's it. And I will stop criticizing the church. But if you can't, and I see thumbs down, and I see comments that are not sound, you have to leave. Sorry, you can't defend it, so why are you bothering? Just like Bishop Reed Hammond said, if you're not going to stop posting that the Book of Mormon is the official doctrine of the church, why do you bother? That was his ultimatum threat. And so, thanks to him, I've learned church history now. And it's awesome. Because critics are wrong, because they trust the church when the church came out and said that they're wrong. So, the real story is awesome. You know, it's got everything of a great movie. So, yeah, the movie that the church puts out about Joseph Smith, no, lame. Lame in comparison. So, I mean, we're talking as awesome as the whole Superman saga thing. I saw Supergirl finally, and oh, it is just awesome. If you don't watch it, you don't understand. But taking Krypton, that's come out now and is scheduled for a second season, but there's still no release date for the second season, and so I'm like, hurry! But Krypton is out, and so we're getting all caught up on the story of Krypton and Supergirl. You know, there's Red Supergirl now. It is awesome. And Lex Luthor, the guy from 2.5 Men, he's awesome. He is by far the best Lex Luthor. And so, yeah, it's the whole Superman thing is just really kicking butt right now. And so Iron Man was starting to edge up against Superman, but no, with Supergirl episode yesterday, no contest. The whole Superman saga, the House of L, no. Nobody can compete against that. So DC is winning out on that one. I'm on Team DC. Whoever started that needs to be shot. Wasn't it Twilight? And that's disturbing, because the whole Twilight thing was a symbolism of necrophilia or bestiality. That was her choice. That's disturbing. What are we teaching our teen girls? So, all right, enough of this. So yes, the contest still holds, Mormons. You have to leave if you can't prove the church is true. And it's simple. Just get a measuring stick of science. And if it doesn't measure up, sorry, then you know it's not true. But I'm telling you, you want to do the research to find out the truth. Because it would take numerous weeks of volumes of hour-long videos to do a full coverage of the story. And so I can't just write it in a book either. It would be volumes of books. You know, we're talking working the glory beyond, tenfold, hundredfold. So, yeah, the story is awesome. But you're never going to know it unless you listen to all my videos and put it all together. or do it yourself. So, all right. It's awesome. So, we'll let it go with this. But, yeah, just a reminder, keeping you updated. Prove the church true or get out. That's my ultimatum threat to you. But it's not an ultimatum threat. You know, you're going to do whatever you're going to do. And so it's not like I'm forcing you out of my church, like Bishop Reed Hammond was able to do. So, alrighty. Study the church. It's awesome. Even critics, you know, don't just accept whatever one information comes out against what Brigham Young actually did. You know, you think it's Joseph Smith, but no, when you dig deeper, it's Brigham Young. It's like William Barr is Brigham Young, who's given a false report of Joseph Smith's Mueller report. The real story is awesome. And it's not disturbing, because Joseph Smith's report, well, yeah, if it's Joseph Smith compared to Mueller, then what he has to say is awesome, almost like Supergirl. but there's differences, because it's actually a conspiracy against the United States with Trump, which is bad, but it's also a conspiracy against the United States that Joseph Smith was involved in, and is all covered in the Book of Mormon. But oh well. All right, so yeah, I'm all pumped up and excited, but nobody cares.